On the day World War I ended, American soldiers were still fighting, not in France, but 200 miles inside Russia. Their enemy was the new Red Army. The United States had invaded a country collapsing into civil war. Nearly 13,000 Americans served on two distant fronts under a mission so confused that soldiers kept asking, "Why are we here?" Russia's 1917 revolutions provide the answer. The Bolsheviks seized power and signed peace with Germany, collapsing the Eastern Front. Allied governments feared Germany could seize war supplies at Arctic ports in Vladivostok. They also wanted to rescue the Czechoslovak Legion, tens of thousands of former prisoners fighting east along the Trans-Siberian Railway. President Woodrow Wilson warned intervention could injure Russia. Yet in July 1918 he approved a limited operation: guard supplies, assist the Czechoslovaks, and support Russian self-defense. Those limits did not survive contact with war. In September, roughly 5,000 Americans landed at Archangel under British command. Most came from the Michigan Heavy 339th Infantry, later nicknamed the Polar Bears. Instead of guarding warehouses, units were rushed against Bolshevik forces. On November 11th, the day guns fell silent in Western Europe. Americans at Tulgas were fighting a 4-day battle in snow and darkness. Winter brought temperatures near 30 below, isolated blockhouses, influenza, and retreat over frozen trails. A War Department report eventually counted 583 casualties in North Russia, including 109 killed and 81 deaths from disease. 5,000 miles east, 8,000 more Americans entered Vladivostok. General William Graves carried Wilson's written instructions and treated them literally. His troops guarded the Trans-Siberian Railway and tried to remain neutral in Russia's civil war. That put Graves at odds with Allied commanders, White Russian leaders, Cossack strongmen, and Japan, which deployed more than 70,000 troops and pursued its own influence in Siberia. A mission to help the Czechoslovaks became a tense armed occupation with no agreed political end. Americans left northern Russia in 1919 and Siberia in April 1920. They had not reopened an eastern front, determined Russia's government, or stopped the Bolsheviks from winning the Civil War. What remained were graves, veterans called Polar Bears, and a warning about vague missions. Washington insisted this was not an invasion. From the Russian side, foreign troops had landed, occupied territory, and fought the Red Army. Both descriptions reveal the same forgotten truth. The first major American-Soviet clash began before the Soviet Union officially existed.